Good morning. Lindsay, I can't hear you. No.
Can't hear you.
That's good. I can hear you now.
Okay, good. Perfect. Okay. Sorry, guys. Let's get started. Happy New Year, everybody. And hope you had a good Christmas winter break and all that. We're going to use a squishy ball and weights. If you have a squishy ball, we'll use it. If you don't have a squishy ball, that is okay. Everyone feeling good? Yes? I don't know how do I, this is all funny now. There we go. Now I can see everybody. Okay. So squishy ball handy if you have it. If not, we can use a pillow, but if you don't have a pillow or you don't want to use it, that's okay too. So grab your weight and we'll start standing. So feet just about hip distance apart, shoulders down away from your ears, standing really nice and tall. So thinking about the top of your head reaching up, your heels reaching down, shoulders away from your ears, nice and relaxed. And we're just going to start with arms coming right up to about shoulder height. So hold when you're at shoulder height. Feel that connection through your core and then come right up onto your toes. So heels lift. Just growing tall, so not leaning forward, hopefully not leaning back. And then just slowly lower your heels and then lower your arms. So we'll do that again in those separate pieces. So up for 1, up heels for 2, down heels for 3, arms down for 4. So as you're doing this, watch those knees. Let's not let them lock. So they're straight, but just a little tiny bit of a bend, a micro bend. So you're not locking. And then really feel this length through your spine. Top of your head, always reaching up towards the ceiling. Really think about moving straight up and down in space. You're gonna go 2 more like this, as if there's a wall behind you and you're just moving straight up the wall, down and down. 1 more, we're gonna stay up this time. So let's go up, up, and then stay right there. So staying against that wall with your shoulders and your hips. Lower down just as far as you're comfortable. Press into your toes and then stand all the way back up. Not quite locking those knees, right? Inhale down, control. Keep those ribs tight around your center. Exhale, press into each one of those toes as you stand back up. Good. Inhale down, control. Carrie, I knew that was you and your daughter. How cute is that? Go for a couple more like this. Inhale down, control. Exhale, press up. And then 1 more. Inhale down and hold there. So remember your shoulders are back, your core is connected, ribs are tight around your center. From here, bend your elbows in, palms face one another, reach up, palms face up. So bend or reach in front, not up. Bend in again. Exhale, press, twist those arms. You've got 4 more like this. Think about those inner thighs gently squeezing towards one another. They're not going to touch, but keep that connection. 2 more. Inhale in, palms face. Exhale up, palms face the ceiling. 1 more. Inhale in, exhale, reach, and then lower your heels down and stay right there. So feet just still hip distance apart. Open arms wide, palms face down, together. Palms up, open, palms down, together. So go 5 like this, 5 more. And together, 4, 3, down, in, last 2, wide, palms down, squeeze, ready, 1 more. Out, now stay out. Bend those elbows, pull them into your waistlines. As you do that, bend your knees, let your upper body come forward that little bit. Now when you stand up, you're gonna reach palms face behind you. So palms face towards you, bending in, palms face away as you stand. Go 6. In, press through those heels up. 5. In, press, rotate those arms. 4. Go for 3, pulling in, reach. Go for 2. In, reach, last 1. In, reach out, and then pull in and stay. So elbows are in line with your body. Now extend your arms back. Hold them when they're back there. Circle them around, just small little circles. Keeping that core connected. 5, 4, shoulders away from your ears. 3, nice long necks. 2, 1, and then go the other direction. Go 8 this direction. So you're a little bit away from your body, just small circles above your hips. Got it. Go for 4, 3, 2, last one. Hold them back there. Elbows are above your hips. Bend in and reach. Keep pressure into your heels so your glutes stay active. Just bend and extend. Go 6 more. 5, reach. 4, reach. 3, 2, you got 1 more. Right back. Stay there. Open to the side 2 inches. Squeeze in. Palms are still facing down. Just out, squeeze. Out, squeeze. Go 6, squeeze together. 5, squeeze those upper arms. 4, doesn't matter where your hands go. Think of your upper arms moving apart. Upper arms together. Last 3, 2, last 1. Squeeze in. Lower those arms, stand all the way up. Give those legs a little shake. Okay, ready? Feet still about hip distance apart. So constantly thinking about your inner thighs squeezing toward your midline. They're not gonna actually touch, but you need to keep connection in there to keep balance. So we're gonna drop down, bend those elbows, hinge that upper body forward. We're gonna kick our right leg out behind us. So as we do that, we're gonna press into our left heel and feel our left inner thigh squeezing toward our midline. So press through your left heel, right leg reaches back. So hold when you're out there, reaching your right heel away from the top of your head. So you're not here, you're not here, you're all lined up. Top of your head away from that right heel. Now from here, reach those arms right out in front. So really find that length, fingertips away from that right heel. Now we're gonna bring our arms in. You're barely gonna let your right toes tap down, maybe don't even let them touch, and then come up to standing. Got it? So we're gonna do the same thing on the way back. Hinging your upper body forward, barely let those toes tap, reach that leg behind, arms up. Got it? Inhale, pressing through your left heel, so lots of left glute, left inner thigh, right leg pulls in and up. Same thing on the way down, hinging forward to start, reaching, lengthen at the end there. Inhale in and up, grow tall, slow and controlled down, reaching long. Good job, guys. 4 more like this. Inhale in, pressing through that left heel to stand yourself up tall. Don't quite lock that left leg. Bending your left, hinging forward and reach. 3 more. In, core connects to keep you nice and steady. Controlling down, it's okay if you need to tap down. Reach. Last couple here. In. Let's go down and reach. 1 more like this. In. And up, back, and reach. Now step that right leg in beside your left. Most of your weight is in your left. From here, drop down 2 inches and up 2. So your right heel stays lifted. Just bend that little bit and press. Almost straight with your left. Don't quite lock it. Go 6, 5. Exhale, up. 4. Press through that left. Up. 3, last 2, press through that left, last 1, Press standing up. Drop that right heel. Give those legs a little bit of a shake out. A run, and then we're going to flip over. Same thing, other side. So feet still hip distance apart. Now we're really going to be feeling our right inner thigh squeezing toward your midline. Right glute is working as well, primarily. So let's press through our right heel. Feel that right inner thigh squeezing in. Step your left back, and then reach those arms. So remember that nice long line. There we go, beautiful. So holding there, take that breath. Now remember, slow and controlled. Pull that left in, growing tall, holding when you're up there, and then controlling back. So reaching that leg back behind you, arms come up. Hold there. Very unsteady on this side today. So slow and controlled. Begin pressing into your right heel to stand yourself up. There, and then hinging forward, bending that right, reaching your left, arms extend. So go 6 more like that. Inhale, slow and controlled. Down and reach. Inhale in, feel that right glute, right inner thigh, grow nice and tall at the top there, and then lengthen. So it's totally fine to put your foot down. Just try not to put all your weight into it. And up, grow tall again. So a little tap is good, not dropping all your weight. And again, in and up, control down and reach. Last 2. Grow tall, get that leg right up there, down and reach. Last one like this, in, up, down and reach, and then pull that left in. Your left heel stays lifted, palms face up. So you're gonna bicep curl in, drop a little lower, press into your right heel, stand up. Inhale down, like you're doing a squat, but you have only one leg you're really working. Go for 5. Exhale, press. Upper body can hinge forward, ribs stay tight around your center. 3. Go for 2. And up, go 1 more. Inhale down, exhale, pressing up, drop that left. Give those legs a nice little shake out. And then bring those feet back about hip distance apart. And then turn them out a little bit, maybe a little wider than hip distance. Turn them out just as far as it feels comfortable. You can't really see my feet, can you? So just as far as it feels okay, don't force them. You want your middle toe to be tracking in line with your knee, basically. All right, so hold right there. We're gonna bring our arms in front, palms face up. We're gonna drop down. So bending into a turned out squat, holding here, bend those elbows in as you stand. So do that again. Inhale down, reaching, and then press. So imagine you're against a wall when you're doing this. Your shoulder blades stay against that wall the whole time. So we want to kind of do that. Don't do that. Stay straight up and down. Reach, pull in. Go for 4 more. Reach, pull in. 3. Think about that length through your spine all the way up. 2. Lengthen and up. You ready? 1 more. Drop down low. Bend your elbows in, stay low. Lift your right heel. Drop it down. Lift your left. Drop it down. So try not to do that kind of a thing. No one is, but in case you thought you might want to, don't do it. Lift and up. And again, let's lift and up. Exhale up, abs pull in. You ready? 1 more here. And 1 more left. Back in. Now lift your right, stay. Press into your left as you stand. Reach those arms forward, pull back in. Exhale up, inhale down. Keep those collarbones wide, shoulders are still against that imaginary wall. You have 4, reach, pull in. 3, reach, back in. So back to left glute primarily, right? Last 2, And in, last one. Back in, stay, drop your right, lift your left, palms face one another. Do that again, reaching up, pull in, press through your right heel, up, pull back. Yeah, good job, guys. 4. And in, 3. Keep those shoulders back. 2, most of your weight on that right heel. Last one, pull in, lift your right to match your left. You ready? You're gonna reach your arms out to this side. Reach them, and then pull them back in, bent. Reach out, and then pull back in. Exhale, like you're making a semicircle with those arms or drawing a semicircle. Reach in front and wide, pull back in. 4, pull in. 3, press through each one of those toes. Last 2. And in, last one, grow nice and tall, holding wide, drop your elbows, drop those feet, drop those heels, give your shoulders a little roll out, legs a little shake out, and then come down onto your mat. Right, perfect. Okay, so grab your squishy ball if you have one. If not, that's okay. Perfect. Okay, so squeeze the ball between your inner thighs. If you don't have a ball, use a pillow, but you don't have to have either, that's fine. A block is good too, actually. All right, so just neutral. Tailbone is tipping away from you that little bit. Feet are a little closer than hip distance apart, so you can feel that little bit of a squeeze with your inner thighs. If you're too wide, your knees are gonna have to fall in, right? We wanna keep our legs parallel. Heels within arm's reach. So you should be able to touch your heels with your fingertips. Got it? And just have your weights handy. So we're gonna start belly button to spine. Press into your heels. Lift your hips nice and high. Holding at the top there. So feel your knees reaching away from the top of your head. Feel that oppositional pull in your body. Keep that pull as you lower down. So I'm still reaching with the top of my head for my knees. Come to neutral, stay there, and then do that again. So belly button to spine, press, lifting, reaching knees away from the top of your head. Give that ball a little squeeze this time, and then roll back down. Let's do that again. So go 3 more like that, thinking about that oppositional pull in your body the whole way up. And then keep that pull, keep those ribs tight around your center the whole way down. Last couple here, belly button to spine, exhale, press, reaching those knees away. Squeeze that ball gently, rolling all the way down. And 1 more, let's go up. We're gonna stay up this time. So holding at the top, feel your knees reaching away from the top of your head, right? Grab those weights. Arms are gonna reach right up to the ceiling. So have your palms facing one another, shoulder blades are nice and flat against the mat. You're ready? From here, we're just gonna open arms wide and then press them back up. Inhale, open them wide, reach. They don't need to touch all the way down, that would be a break. We don't wanna do that. Opening wide, exhale, press. So as you're moving your arms, think about the weight in your body. So you should have nice even weight on both of your shoulders, even weight in both of your feet, a little bit of a squeeze from those inner thighs, holding that ball or block or pillow. 2 more. And your knees are still reaching away from the top of your head. Last one, let's go up and stay. Now from here, we're gonna open just our right arm to the side, drop your hips down low, and then press back up. Now left arm, hips drop low and press. So as you're switching from side to side, you're keeping both shoulder blades flat on the mat the entire time. So now really thinking about that weight distribution in your feet, in those shoulders, it should be even. Go 1 more each way here. And up. 1 more here, reaching. Press back up, hold at the top, and then roll all the way down. So come right through to neutral, lower those arms down by your sides, and then just stay there, take a breath. We're gonna bring our hands behind our head. So feel your tailbone tipping away from you. Ribs are tight around your center. When we bring our arms back, our ribs wanna lift. Don't let them. Keep that corset around those ribs, hugging nice and tight. So tucking your chin, little bit of space between your chin and your chest as you come up to flexion. So holding at the top there, your tailbone is tipping away from you. Your inner thighs are just gently squeezing around that ball. Hold at the top and then slowly melt back down. So when you're melting down, your ribs move away from the top of your hips. Take a breath at the bottom there. And then do that again, tucking your chin that little bit, curling forward, holding there. This time, let's notice, are we squeezing our glutes or are you able to keep your glutes relaxed? Try to keep them relaxed. And then slow and controlled back down. So instead of stabilizing with our bigger muscles, our glutes and our quads, we want to think more about inner thighs and our abdominals. Let's go a couple more. Tuck. Holding there. Take a nice breath. Slowly come down. Go 2 more like this. Nodding your chin, curling forward. Remember, that is work, but it should be more work to lower down. So don't just drop. You're working. This is the real hard work. All the way down, working, working, working until your head touches. Little break, last one, tucking, curl forward. Stay there. Okay, so you're looking towards your squishy ball, right? Your abs are holding you up here. Your ribs are as close towards those hip bones as they can be. Your gaze is towards your ball or your knees, not the ceiling. From here, come back just 1/2 inch. You're still gonna keep your eyes towards your squishy ball and then come up those same inches. So inhale back. As you come up, squeeze those inner thighs a little tighter. When you come back with your body, let those inner thighs go. Squeeze them as you curl up. So you've got 5 like this. Now notice, are you squeezing your glutes when you squeeze those inner thighs? Try not to. And then are you still working when you're coming back, or are you taking that as a break? Try to keep working, like you're stretching your body back. And then you're curling forward. Stretching back, keep working and curl. Go for 3. Abs deepen, curl up. Go for 2. Abs deepen, curl up. And then 1 more. Hold at the top, take a nice breath, and then lower all the way down. Come right through to neutral. Awesome. And then grab that ball, pop it off to the side. Hug those knees and have a little roll around one way and the other. And then drop your feet down to about hip distance apart. Remember, still within arm's reach here. Okay, so we're gonna start both feet are gonna stay down. So pull your belly button to your spine, press through your heels, lift right up. Still reaching your knees away from the top of your head. So you can keep your arms down, palms facing up. If you feel that you're kind of grabbing onto the mat with your arms, just reach your arms up. You could even lift arms with your weights, whatever feels good for you. I'm just gonna keep my arms down to show you. So we're just gonna lift both heels. So lift your heels, hold when you're there. So your whole body shouldn't shift. Think about nothing else changing in your body. Your ribs stay tight around your center. Just lift your heels. And then drop your heels down, not letting your bum lift or lower here. It's just heels up. And then control back down. So again, noticing what's going on with that upper body. We want it to stay nice and quiet. We've got hamstrings and glutes, calves, all working together here. If you feel your back, drop your bum a little lower and lift from there. That's fine. That's great. It's not just fine, it's great. Go 2 more. And down, and then 1 more. Lift those heels up and stay. Now from here, roll down. Keep your heels lifted. Roll all the way down. Come through to neutral. And then come all the way up. Keep those heels lifted. Press through each one of those toes, reaching your knees away from the top of your head. And then slow roll all the way down. Again, belly button to spine. Press. Reach those knees. Slowly melting down. We're going to do 1 more. And then slow and controlled, come all the way down. Drop those heels. All right, now grab your ball or your pillow or block and have it underneath your right foot. Feet are still about hip distance apart, still within arm's reach. Okay, so regardless of what your right foot is on top of, if it's the ball, the block, or the pillow, you want to have a light touch. Imagine that it's a balloon. Whatever you have under your foot, just imagine it's a balloon. So even weight on our hips, even through our hips. So we're not going to let one drop one way or the other. We want to keep that really nice and even. And then we want to keep our left inner and outer thigh working together. So instead of letting our left leg fall out or fall in, we want to keep our knee reaching straight up to the ceiling. So you're going to see in a sec here. So start by pulling your belly button into your spine. Ribs are tight around your center. Now lifting your hips straight up to the ceiling by pressing into your left heel. So lift straight up. Don't let one hip drop. Okay, so let me explain there. So hips are level, even weight through the inside and outside of this left foot. Your right foot is on a balloon, so you don't want to put too much weight into it. You don't want to pop it. If you want, grab your weights, reach your arms up. You do not have to. You could just reach arms. You could keep your arms down. So we're up at the top here. Hips are lifted. From here, drop those hips, almost touch, and then lift back up. So we're going to lower our hips. We're going to reach our arms overhead if you take that option, and then we're going to press straight back up. So inhale down, control, exhale as you press. Remember, if you feel your back, you can put a little bit more weight into that right foot. That is absolutely fine. Go for 3. Inhale down. Go for 2. And press. You ready? One more. Press up, holding at the top. All that weight into your left foot. Lift up your right. You need to get it all the way up. If you feel your back, again, keep your right foot down. That's fine. So we're going to stay here with our arms. All we're going to do is reach this right. Nice long line. And then pull back in. So that's an isometric hold for your left glute now. Reach. And then pull back in. It's holding you nice and steady. Left inner thigh is still working, squeezing toward your midline. Go for 4 more of these reaches. Doesn't matter if you extend your leg fully. Do what feels good for you. 3. Remember, stability is the most important thing here. 2. Last one, reach. Pull back in. Lower that right foot down to your ball or your block or the ground. And then roll all the way down to the mat. Take a breath. Pop that ball up to the side. Feet are about hip distance apart. Let's just rock our knees one way and the other. Take a little minute here. Remember, if you feel your back, go for a smaller range of movement. Let your foot be heavy on the ball. This is a lot of work, isolating one side or the other. So really, really listen to your body. When you're ready, pop your left foot on top of that ball. Your right, hands by your sides. Have those weights handy again if you want to use them. So we're going to press through our right heel. We're going to think about our right inner thigh squeezing toward our midline. Hips are going to stay level. That's the word I was looking for before. Press into your right heel, lift up. So hips not dropping, keep them nice and lifted. If you want, grab those weights, reach up. So now we're going to drop low and then press back up. So hips come down together, arms reach together and press. That left foot is a balloon, or that left foot is on a balloon. But if you feel your back or it just doesn't feel good, let your left foot be heavier. That's totally fine. Go for 3. Inhale down, exhale. How are those ribs doing? Are they still hugging around your center? Last one. Press up, stay at the top. So keep those arms reaching. Float that left all the way up. So hold there. Remember, you can keep your left down. You can bring your arms down for a little bit more support. We're just going to reach and then pull in. So as you reach your left hip wants to drop. Don't let it. Go for 4. Reach and in. Constant pressure through that right heel. 3. Reach and in. Last 2. And back, one more, reach away. Pull back in, lower those left toes, ball heel, and then roll all the way down to the mat. Come through to neutral. Bring those weights down, and then give your legs a little shake one way and the other. Okay. And then from here, pop those weights to the side. Pop your ball or your block or your pillow between your ankles. Just kind of hold it there. Reach your toes away from the top of your head. Reach your arms up to the ceiling. We're going to do full roll-ups with this ball, with this kind of connection between our inner thighs. So reach those arms way up overhead, keeping your ribs tight around your center. Now arms are going to come forward. Tuck your chin, belly button to spine, and roll up. Reach out towards those toes, and then stack yourself back up. So stack up really nice and tall. Feel that connection down your midline with the ball or the block or whatever in there. And then let's roll back. So belly button towards your spine, rolling nice and slow and controlled, letting each vertebra touch down one at a time. Reach those arms up and then overhead. You can go all the way back if you can. Hold, and then back up again. So start with that inner thigh connection. Tuck your chin. Reaching out, stack up tall, and back again. Belly button to spine. Taking it slow, slower is harder, all the way down. Keep those shoulders away from your ears. Good job, guys. Reaching back. Go one more like this. Squeeze those inner thighs that little bit. Tuck that chin. And then stack up tall and stay. Put the ball between, or the block, or whatever it is, between your inner thighs. Up here. So closer towards your inner thighs than out towards your knees, so you can really get those inner thighs working. Reach those arms in front, so just at shoulder height. You can grab your weights right away if you want. I'm going to give you another option, another chance to grab them in a sec. So palms face one another, or weights face one another, sitting up as tall as you can. So you're right on top of your sitting bones, as if you're against a wall. Now roll back, just that half little roll back, belly button to spine as you roll, holding when you're in that little bit of a scoop. So when you're here, just notice what you're feeling. Are you feeling the center of those abs, that rectus abdominis? Is that kind of sticking out? Or are you able to get into those low abs and really move through your hips? That's what I want, more movement through your hips so you get low abs, as opposed to that is a hinge, and that's gonna be the rectus, those stick outy abs. So let's try and keep a little bit of a scoop. Squeeze your inner thighs nice and tight, so feel that connection through the center of your body. Arms are going to come up, and arms are going to come down. So exhale up, abs deepen. Keep your scoop. Try not to move your body as you do this. Go for 3. And down, keeping that little C curve through that hip area. 2. And one more. Let's go up. Bring those arms down, and then using your abdominals, think belly button to spine, pull all the way back to seated, nice and tall. You can grab weights if you want an extra challenge. Absolutely do not have to. Arms reach in front, shoulders away from your ears. Inner thighs, again, gently squeezing around that ball or whatever, and then roll back. Same way, that little scoop. So not hinging, ribs to hip connection is still there. So it wouldn't be there if you were here. Ribs stay tight towards your hips. Open your right arm out to the side, hold, and then bring that right arm back in. Now only your left, even weight on your hips, and then back to center. So we want to do this. Don't do it. I don't want you to. Our bodies want to do that to make it easier. Don't do it. Open your left, nothing else in your body changes. So maybe you can only open a few inches, but you can keep your weight even on your hips. That is way more important than going far and doing something funky. Let's keep everything nice and lined up. Right arm out, shoulders away from your ears, and in. Good job, guys. Left. Back in. Hold. You ready? We're going to open our right arm out as wide as we can, keep our weight even. Now begin rotating. Rotate those right ribs back. Follow your arm with your eyes. Hold. Doesn't matter how far you twist. And then back through center. Keep that ball squeezed. Left arm out. Hold. Start following with your eyes as you rotate those left ribs back. And then back through center. Very good. Do that again. Right arm out, deepen those abs, reaching. See if you can go back a little further, really challenge those right obliques. Back through center and then go left. Very good, everybody. Opening, reach, back through center. We've got one more each way. Reaching right fingertips away from your left, shoulders away from your ears, arm comes in, and then go left. Reaching back, bring that arm back through center, and then come all the way back to seated nice and tall. Very good, everybody. Okay, pop that ball up to the side, pop your weights off to the side. All right, sitting up tall again. Keep those legs a little bit bent. Belly button to spine as you roll back. So the exact same thing we did, except we're gonna keep going all the way down. So keep rolling. If you need to extend your legs, that's okay. Try with bent though first. Rolling, rolling, rolling. It's much harder with bent. Reach those arms back overhead. Now come up, see if you can do it with bent legs. If you need to extend them, that's fine. But try with bent. Belly button to spine rolling. This time we're just gonna come up to that half roll position. So just to, there. Shoulders relax. Come back down, belly button to spine. Rolling those hips, reach those arms. And then let's come back up. Nodding, reach, and up. Very good, now lift your right leg to tabletop. You ready? Same thing with this right leg lifted. Roll all the way, keep rolling, keep rolling. When your shoulder blades touch the mat, lower your right foot down. Reach those arms overhead. When your shoulder blades lift, your right leg will lift. Tuck that chin, curling, right leg lifts, hold. Good, drop your right. You ready? Even weight on your hips, lift this left, roll back. Belly button to spine as you curl through that spine, reaching. Lower your left leg as your shoulder blades touch. Same thing on the way back up, tucking your chin, shoulder blades lift, left leg lifts. Good. Back with your heel, take a breath, squeeze your legs right together. So you can either have a light touch on your feet or try and lift both. Up to you. Belly button to spine, challenge yourself, rolling back, rolling back. When your shoulder blades touch your toes down, reach your arms overhead. Take a breath. Let's try it on the way up. Belly button to spine. When your shoulder blades lift, your legs start to lift, holding into that little teaser. Very good. Take a breath. Let's go back one more time, scooping all the way, rolling, rolling, rolling. One vertebra at a time. Take your time. Toes touch as your shoulder blades touch. Reach those arms overhead. Reach those legs in front. Have a little stretch out there. And then pop your hands behind your head. Thought we were gonna have a break from abs. We are not. Elbows, hover off the mat a little bit. Reach your toes away from the top of your head. So really finding length through your body. Tuck your chin just gently and then curl forward. So you're looking towards your toes. Your shoulder blades are just barely lifted off the mat. Let me see there. Here we go. So we're gonna keep our gaze down. Ribs are nice and tight towards our hips without our hips rolling back, right? Keep that neutral. Now from here, keep this even weight on your hips as you bring your right leg to tabletop. Hold it there. Now send it back out, drop it down. Bring your left in, keep your right hip heavy, and then switch again. So it could be really easy to just do this and let your body move. We want to keep our body as still as we can. So move nice and slow and thoughtfully as you're pulling your leg in and as you're reaching your leg out. Right leg pulls in, left hip stays heavy, and reach away. Go one more, finish with the left, wherever you are. Very good. Reach that leg back down, holding right here. So now from here, lengthen your upper body back. You're almost gonna touch the mat you're almost gonna touch the mat with the back of your head, sorry. As you curl forward, bring your right leg in. Okay, so stretch your right leg out, stretch your upper body down. Don't let either touch the mat, and then bring that right leg back in, bring your upper body back up. Good, so go forward like this. Inhale back, not alternating now, just that right leg. Left side stays heavy. Go for 3, inhale, lengthening. Last 2, left hip stays heavy. Ready, one more like this. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curling up.
You ready? You're gonna rotate towards this right bent leg. Left ribs towards your right hip. Exhale across. Inhale back. Don't worry about your elbows. Left ribs to the top of your right hip. Left shoulder blade off the mat. Exhale across. Even weight on your hips. For 4. Left ribs to the top of your right hip. Just keep thinking that. Think about your shoulder blade a bit too. 3. And back, last 2. And back, and your left leg is still reaching, right? Last 1, rotate back through center, reach that right leg out, lower your upper body, take a breath. Whew. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So just keep in mind, when you come back, it's not a break. You shouldn't just let everything go. That's the hardest part of the movement. I know I say this a million times, but I'm gonna keep reminding you. Okay, so tuck your chin, curl, holding when you're up in flexion. Now we're gonna lift that left leg into tabletop, right hip stays heavy. Lower your upper body. Remember, this is not a break. This is the hardest part of the movement. Reach away and then curl in. Again, reaching away. Think about that length through your body. That's the eccentric contraction for those abdominals, curling back in. You have 4 more like this. Inhale out, lengthening, exhale. That right hip is staying heavy, right? 3. Last 2. Exhale and curl. And then 1 more. Inhale, reach nice and long. Exhale, curling up. Stay there, ready? Now right ribs to the top of your left hip. Exhale, twist. Inhale back. That right shoulder blade just barely comes off the mat. You have 5. Inhale back. 4 more. Rotate and back. 3. And back. Last 2. Exhale. Keep working as you come back to center. It's not a break. Last 1. Back to center. Send that left all the way out. Lower your upper body all the way down. Hug those knees and again, have a little roll around there. One way and the other. And then let's come on to our left side. Have a weight handy. You can have your squishy ball or block or whatever that is handy as well. Okay, so lying on your left side, heels underneath your sitting bones. Got that. And then grab your weight in your hand. All right, so reach your right arm all the way up to the ceiling. When your right arm lifts, think about your rib cage lifting as well. So your left ribs, your bottom ribs are gonna stay lifted off the mat. So don't press them down. Think about your waistline staying really nice and long. Your hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked. Now keep your heels together. Remember, heels are in line with your bum. Lift your right knee up. So get up to the highest point that that right leg can go while your hips stay still. So you can probably go higher, but your hips would move. Don't let your hips move, right? So now from here, this arm is gonna come down just to about shoulder height, and then it's gonna go back up. So now do the leg with the arm. Leg comes down, you don't quite let it rest, and then lift back up. So really thinking control through that arm, control through that leg, thinking about your head being heavy on that left arm. If you're feeling tension in your neck, give your head a little wiggle around. You can drop the weight as well. You can leave the arm out of this. You don't want to feel any neck tension here. Let that head be nice and heavy. Like your left cheek and left ear can be heavy on your right arm. And you're getting up to the high point with that leg each time, right? Get way up there. Squeeze. 3 more. Inhale down. Squeeze. Last 2. And reach. You got 1 more like this. Inhale down. Let's reach right up and stay. So keep your arm where it is. Again, your head is heavy on that left arm. You're gonna teeter-totter your legs. So knee down, foot up, and then switch. Knee down, foot up, and then switch. So your hips will move just a little bit. Try not to let them wiggle all around. Go for 6 more like this. And 5, control, turn out. 4, control, turn out. 3, last 2. You ready? One more. In and out, and then stay in that turnout. From here, you're gonna keep your knee exactly where it is. You're just gonna extend your leg. Reach your arm overhead. So you're in kind of like a half star, and then bend that knee and reach that arm back up. So you're gonna reach, think length, and then pull back in. So the key for this with your leg is keeping your knee completely still in space. You're just extending from the knee, and then you're bending back in. Simple, right? Go for 4, reach, simple and painful, and in. 3, if you're letting your knee drop, it's gonna get much easier on that glute. Last 2, reach, exhale, in, and then go one more. Let's reach, exhale, in, and then lower that leg, lower that arm all the way down. Okay, now prop yourself up with your left elbow, have it underneath your left shoulder. If you start to feel neck tension, or if this just doesn't feel good, if you have some kind of shoulder issue or anything, you can do this all lying flat as well, that's fine. But if you want a little extra stability work, pop that elbow down. Let's keep our gaze looking down so our necks can stay nice and relaxed. So from here, we're just going to lift our hips up. We're gonna reach that leg. Can't quite reach mine. Reach toes away from the top of your head. So you're not going for height, you're going for length, and then pull back in. Exhale, inhaling. So go 6 more like that. Reaching, thinking about that length all the way up the right side of your body. And in. 4 more. Reach, controlling the movement down. Don't just let your legs, your hips drop. 3. Control, go for 2 more. And down, hips stay nice and steady. Last one, reaching out, stay, reach toes away from the top of your head. Gaze this down. You're gonna circle your right leg for 6. 5, keep circling. 4, keep that left hip lifting. 3, 2, hold, go the other way. Remember, if this bothers your shoulder or your neck, just do this lying flat, that's fine. 4, 3, 2, last one, and then bend in, lower all the way, and then lower right down. Grab your weight in your right hand again. Reach that arm out to shoulder height, and then you're gonna reach your arm away from your back. Keep reaching away from the ground. Reaching, reaching, reaching all the way back behind you. Let those shoulders open up so your right shoulder blade is now gonna be flat on the mat. You can reach your left arm in front. Take a little breath there. I'm familiar with that stretch. Now as we come back up, keep your right fingertips reaching away from the center of your body. You're reaching up to the ceiling, and then you're gonna reach back down in front. Hold when you're there. Let's do that again. One more like this. Reaching as you do this. Up and over. Let your head move with your body. Follow that weight with your arm, with your eyes. You can let your weight come all the way down if that feels good. Take a nice breath. And then all the way up. Up. And then reach right down. Awesome. And then flip. Let's do the same on the other side. So have that weight handy again. Have your heels underneath your sitting bones. Nice long neck, so the top of your head is reaching from those heels. And then when you're ready, reach that arm right in front of you so your shoulders stay stacked. Reach that arm up, shoulders are still stacked. Heels in line with your bum, lift that left knee up. Get to your highest point, and then just control down. Hover, and then back up. Inhale down, you're reaching those fingertips away from the back of your body. You're reaching your fingertips up to the ceiling. It seems like a simple enough movement, right? But really think about that reaching idea. Inhale, And if you're feeling your neck, any tension through there, just drop your weight. You don't even need to move the arm. Go for 4 more. Controlling down. Your core is keeping you steady, right? 3. Last 2. Exhale right up, and then go one more like this. Inhale down. Exhale, get all the way up to the top. Stay when you're there, so your left arm is reaching up. Now teeter-totter, knee down, foot up, and then foot down, knee up. So trying to turn in as much as you can here, and then trying to turn out as much as you can here. In and out. And as you're rolling your leg from medial rotation to lateral rotation, your core is working to keep your hips pretty still, right? The more steady you keep your hips, the more you will feel your core. And out, go for 3. In, last 2, in and out, last 1, in and out, and then stay. So we're gonna reach our, we're gonna extend our left leg, I should say. We're gonna reach that left arm overhead, hold when you're there, and then just bend that left back and keep your knee totally still. Left arm reaches to the ceiling, and then do that again. And then pull back in. You've got it. So 6 like that. Inhale out, keeping your hips nice and stacked, and back. 5. And in. 4 more. And in. 3. Exhale. Reach. Keep that knee as still as you can. 2, even if that means you can't straighten your leg, if you can just get a little bit extended, it's still going to be tons of work if you're keeping it still. Last 1. Back in, lower right down. Lower that arm, drop your weight, and then come up to that little side plank. You can lie flat if that feels better. That's absolutely fine. So we're going to start with that little kick. So we're going to up, lift our hips up, and then kick out, lengthen, top of your head reaches from your toes, and then pull back in, and then do that again. Keep your gaze down so your neck can just be nice and relaxed. 6 like this, reaching, controlling down. 5, reaching, controlling down. 4 more. And if you're coming up like I am here, make sure your right elbow stays under that shoulder. 3. And in, last 2. Kick out, pull in. Good job, guys. Last 1, out and stay. So circles, reaching those toes from the top of your head for 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold other direction for 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1, lower all the way. Okay, grab that weight back in your left hand, back to about shoulder height. Reach those fingertips away from the center of your body. Keep reaching, keep reaching, keep reaching. Let your shoulders move, let your ribs open up that little bit as you reach behind you. Take a nice breath at the back there, and then come all the way back up. So reaching left fingertips away from right. Keep that idea. You don't need to extend your arm, but think about that. Reaching all the way. And then bring that arm back down to about shoulder height. And let's go back up. So reaching as you lift. Letting those shoulders open up, letting those ribs and your hips. And then let's come all the way back up and over. Drop that weight. And then let's come up to a 4-point kneel. I feel like I'm running over. I may keep it together here. So have your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Find that nice neutral. So feeling the top of your head reaching away from your tail, right? We're going to kick our right leg straight up behind us. Once it's kicked out there, just keep your toes down. Left knee underneath your left hip. lift that right leg and stay. So your weight hasn't shifted left. That's it. Now extend your left arm in front and hold there. Top of your head, left fingertips reaching from your right toes. You're gonna just tap and lift. Watching your right elbow, don't let it lock, tap and lift. Go for 4, inhale down. 3, nice long necks. 2, 1 more, let's lift up, stay, open your arm maybe 4 inches, open your leg 4 inches and tap here for 6 and up. Go for 5, tap and up. So opening leg and arm on a diagonal, 4, 3, abs deepen, lift. 2, abs deepen, lift. Last one, lift up, back to center, bend in, sit back to a little shell stretch, give your wrists a little shake. Like that. Okay, and then we're gonna come back up. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So hands under those shoulders, again, nice long spine. This time start with your left leg. Reach it up. Left elbow is soft. Right knee stays under your right hip. Reach that right arm in front. Now tap and lift. It's not about height, it's about length. Tap and lift. Go for 4. 3. Watch that left elbow, it wants to lock. 2, keep length through that spine. Last 1, up, and then open 4 inches, arm and leg, tap on that diagonal lift. Inhale, tap, harder on those obliques on the diagonal, right? 4, 3, abs deepen, up. 2, abs deepen, up. 1, up, bring that arm and bring that leg in, come right in, sit yourself back to a shell stretch again. Give those wrists a little twist. And then come to lying on your tummies. Okay, so let's start with our legs as wide as your mat, wider than hip distance if you don't have a mat. And then just nice long legs, so reaching your toes away from the top of your head, but make sure they're open. So we're gonna do that little extension that we've been working on. So if you haven't done this with me, just kind of, it's a little bit slow, just bear with me. It's a little bit slow to start, but we're gonna start building on this. So have your forehead just resting on your palms, on the back of your palms, like so. So we want our shoulders to be rounded forward, just totally relax that upper body, but you're looking down. I'm gonna look to the side so you can hear me. So we're just relaxing down. From this position, we could not be using our abs at all. We wanna just try and stay nice and relaxed, just letting your body be heavy to start. Now, when we begin our movement, I want you to think about your abs engaging just a little bit, maybe 30%, just a little bit of core engagement. And then from there, imagine there's a marble right in front of your nose. Roll the marble 2 inches away from you. So you're not gonna be here with your head. You're gonna still be looking straight down. You've hardly rolled that marble away, right? Now from here, I want you to roll your shoulders back and then begin extending through your upper spine. So when you're extending through that thoracic and cervical spine, you're really just lengthening. Think about the top of your head reaching from your toes. So the top of your extension is just basically here. It's definitely not anything like this or like this. It's really, really small. So holding here, thinking length more than anything else. Now notice, are you using your glutes? Try to relax them a bit. They should be about 30% engaged as well. So not a tight grip through there, not a tight grip through your core. And then slowly lower back down. So lengthening your spine as you lower back. Take a breath and then do that again. Lead with your nose, roll that marble away, shoulders come back, your core is engaged, coming up that little bit. And then slow and controlled, come right back to the mat. Good, you guys, really nice. Go for 2 more like that. Lead with your nose that little bit, rolling that marble away, yeah, very good. Feel the back of your neck is getting longer
longer. Hold. Glutes relaxed. Slowly lower back down. Let those shoulders roll forward. We're going to do one more like this. So think abs, shoulders roll back, ribs stay tight around your center. Reach the top of your head away from those toes. Holding, I bet you can come up a tiny bit higher, Robin. Keep the top of your head reaching from your, but keep your eyes down. Lengthen the back of your neck, Robin. Even more. Yes. Stay there. Hold right there. Now from here, just think again, are you engaging your glutes? Are you gripping through your core, or is it just a light engagement? Relax and then lower all the way back to the mat and then press into a little shell stretch. Good job, guys. So we're gonna work towards lifting arms, moving arms behind us, lifting legs at the same time as we're in extension. It is tricky to get. I don't often teach this in group classes because it is really hard to do correctly, but I really want us to do it. So we're gonna keep working on it. So come up from your little shell stretch. Step one foot back, step your other back, and then press into a downward dog. Drop those heels nice and low, tail lifting right on up. Walk those feet out. And then just step your right foot forward into a nice lunge. You can drop your left knee and then hold for that little hip flexor stretch there. So you can kind of tuck your pelvis under. The only time I'll let you tuck your pelvis under to really get into that psoas and that left hip flexor. That feels good. Reach your left arm up and then side bend away from your back leg. So left leg is back, left arm is up. You're side bending to the right. If you're on the opposite side, just do the opposite. Take a nice couple of breaths there. And then come back through center, step those hands down, press yourself back to that downward dog again, heels nice and low. And then step your left foot forward. Left heel under that left knee. Approximately, again, tucking that tail under that little bit. That deepens that stretch for you in a good way. And then you can reach that arm up and then side bend away from that side. So side bending to the left this time. Nice couple breaths. Shoulders relax away from your ear. Step back again. Press right back to that downward dog. Drop those heels as low as you can, and then just walk your hands into your feet. Hang in that forward fold. Give your head a little rock back and forth, and then press through your heels as you roll all the way back to standing. And you are finished. First mat class of 2021. Good job, guys. Hope that felt good. I will see you next Monday. I think I'm teaching a mat class. I keep saying I think I am on Wednesday. I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday this week if anyone wants to come to the club. But otherwise, I'll be here on Monday. All right? Have a nice day, guys.
Thanks, Lindsay.
Bye. You're most welcome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Lindsay.
You're most welcome. So nice to see you all.
Thank you, Lindsay.